Hello, my Barbie friends. Here is my gallery, and I love this, and we have worked really hard on this, and I'd like to share it with you.
Let's start over here with the your Barbies on the walls.
A lot of the Barbies on the wall are definitely vintage, and I have a lot of reproduction Barbies up there for all the ones that know everything about Barbie, which I do not, but I just love her, and I love the clothes, the bright colors, and it starts from the beginning. We have some 70s, 60s, 80s all up in there.
So are they in any particular order, or?
I try to have them in order as far as one of my books that I go by, but they're not in any particular order. And as you can see, they're definitely bright colors. They make me happy, and they're not in perfect condition, but they are to me.
It's really cool because I know that you get a lot of these off of eBay or Etsy, and when you get them, they're mangled up or chewed on, and then you're just bringing them back to life. And I love seeing you do that. It's really, really cool.
Yes, I do. I enjoy doing that, actually, more than anything.
So can you tell me, what was your first Barbie?
My first Barbie was when I was 5. It was Superstar Barbie, and she was the one wearing the pink with the pink boa, which she's right here, and she's still lovely. That was my first Barbie.
Wow.
And this is
just absolutely amazing, sweetie. I'm really, really proud of how everything's turned out. So do me a favor, for not everybody is, and we've had to learn and we're still learning, but why don't you tell me a little bit and tell everybody, the viewers, kind of where it all started in Barbie. What was the year did Barbie start? Kind of let us know exactly how it came about.
Like I said, I'm not a professional at Barbie, but she was created in 1959, I believe, and Ruth was the one that created her. She had gone to Germany and seen a Lily doll, and she really liked that doll. And if you could look her up, she's not, so innocent, but she came back to the States and she created her version of the Lily doll, which is the Barbie #1. And she came first as a blonde with a swimsuit, heels, sunglasses, earrings. And then they came out with a #1 and a brunette.
Nice.
From there, it went on to the 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6, which I have here.
So in your collection of the Barbies, first let's stop, since you mentioned the one that was out of Europe. What is the?
She's the Lily.
Well, because you have
I have a miniature Lily, and she's got her painted heels, which the #1 has not painted heels actually. And this one obviously has a spike on the bottom of her foot, and I'm assuming she had a stand like the #1. The #1s also had the spikes. They discontinued the spikes on the #2 because it was a hazard, I'm assuming.
Really, really cool.
But this is a Lily. But she was bigger as well.
Yeah, this is the shorter version.
This is like a miniature one.
Yeah, it looks like it's about 7 inches, about a 7-inch.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get Denise to get those. So, okay, back to this real quick. So the Holy Grails in your collection are now, thanks to some locals that have helped you out in picking these up, because it's very scary when you're out there and purchasing these real expensive, because you want to make #1, make sure that they're not fakes, if they've been repainted, or are they completely original. And these two right here are just absolutely beautiful.
Yes, and they are #1s.
Okay.
I am missing the #2s.
So these are the #1s.
#1, and then we're missing 2. These are 3s.
Okay.
And then you go up to the 4s and 5s.
Very cool.
And down here, they came out with the bubble cut, and I'm not sure exact year, but they came out with several different colors of hair. This is a 1972 Montgomery Wards.
Yeah, that's really cool. I remember when you got that
And
one.
the sixes, they came out with the ponytail cut, the swirl, and the bubble cut. And they came with a red swimsuit with red heels.
So within reason, this is pretty much the ones that came out, right, in the different orders, and that whether they're bobbed, like you said, or ponytail, correct?
Yes, and I'm not sure exactly when they all came out, but these are the ones that. And as you go down here, we have the skippers with the blonde, the redhead, the brunette, the bendable leg, and we have Scooter, blonde, brunette, and redhead as well, and Ricky in the back.
So Skipper was what? That's
Barbie's sister.
Okay, and the Scooter
Was Skipper's friend.
Okay, and then Ricky is
Their friend.
Okay, very, very cool. It's really sad when her husband knows a lot about this stuff, but I still got to ask.
Ken, this is the number 1, and then we have a bendable leg Ken, number 2, I think. I'm not too sure. But
So one has flocked hair, and then one has
right,
just molded plastic.
yes, and then you have his friend Alan.
Very, very cool.
Yes, and then they have Midge, which is Barbie's friend.
The little freckles.
Yes,
That's great.
and you have Francie. I'm thinking she's Barbie's cousin.
Very cool. This is cool. What is
Yeah.
this here?
Well, this one is Miss Barbie, and if you notice, she closes her eyes, but I don't want to mess with her too much. She does close her eyes,
Yeah, no
and then we have the Fashion Queen, the All-American Barbie. She has, and then you're going down here to the Mod collection, which is the Skipper, and you can see she changed a lot, and Barbie did as well. They put eyelashes on her and put bangs on her. Okay, and these are different vehicles that they came out with, and then, like, again, I'm not too sure if it was specifically for Barbie. I believe it was. I enjoy this because we all have to have a car. We like to go out on the boat, and we know our little girls end up driving, which Scooter, I'm thinking that's her car.
Wow, she was
I mean,
spoiled.
Skipper, I'm sorry, that's Skipper.
She was spoiled in the Mercedes, right?
Exactly. But those are definitely pieces to have in your collection.
So since we're over here, so these are some of your porcelain?
Yes, those are some of my porcelains, and that's a Midge and Ken back there, and
Nice.
the reproductions of the number 1s of Ken and Barbie.
I like your story, how you took the dresses off and you saw that they were...
I did. I took the dresses off of those dolls and not realizing what was underneath, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah, those are actually like my favorites. I like those.
But
this one's really cool. It's got all
it
the
just
different...
shows all the different times of Barbie.
Yes, cool.
And
this one right here, our friend, I remember Lee helped me get this one. What's the story? This was just somebody that tried to do a reproduction Barbie,
it's
correct?
kind of like a clone Barbie.
Yeah, that's cool. Just the history of it.
Yes.
And then you have some vintage books down here.
Yes, we all have to have our books. We all like to color and read about Barbie, but
So one thing to let everybody know, so we're just now finishing up the gallery in here, and we plan on doing pink neon LED. Actually, it'll be a LED, not neon strip. It's already wired. We had this sign custom made with the, and there, as you guys might know, if you're into Barbie, there's a lot of different logos of the Barbie. We wanted to stick to what's closest to Denise's heart, which is going to be, I think, the 80s, 70s, 80s version.
yes.
So we checked that out. But I wanted to let you guys know that, so when Denise, she's always been into Barbie, right, hon? Why don't you tell us the story, how we went to the Barbie show, and then I saw the 60s, and I'm like,
Yes,
babe,
actually, he has gotten me into the 60s because I was into the 70s and 80s. I had a few vintage Barbies from a babysitter that had given to me, And but of course I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and these Barbies are very special to me, and we all have our hobbies, and I enjoy playing with my Barbies and setting them up, and I love the clothes and dressing them and displaying them and making them happy.
That's really, really cool.
Yes.
So these are your I Love Lucy's,
That is
correct?
I Love Lucy, and I do not have the whole collection.
You're pretty damn close, though.
I am close.
Phew.
And she's hilarious. I love her. She's one amazing woman. And so is Barbie.
And the Grease, I love the Grease.
Yes, I do have the complete collection of Grease. However, I think they should have at least had
Danny Zuko.
Yeah, I think they should have had him. Yeah, they're really cool.
And this right here is your
My Barbie dream house.
Yeah.
And they're hanging out, having a good time, doing what they do in the Barbie world.
It's really fun coming in here and seeing Denise sipping on a glass of wine and setting up her Barbies, and it's really, really cool to see that.
Yes.
She takes such pride in these things, and who wants to grow up, right?
No growing up at this house.
That is for sure.
Yes.
So over here,
here we have more of the 60s stuff.
Let's start over here in this top.
Okay, well that is the one that's folded up. It's really, really huge, and it's the first Barbie dream house, and it is cardboard type. And they came out with several different play sets, and the one next to it is the Barbie Theater, and they had different costumes for Barbie. That one is Cinderella, and down here it's Skipper's bedroom, and I just have it kind of set up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it here, but it is for now.
And I built these in these cabinets, these in-wall cabinets, and they are pre-lit, and we have the lighting, so these will all be lit.
Yes. Down here you have Barbie goes to college, and I love this scene, and I'm probably going to switch the Skipper's room in this one because it's got the malt shop. It also has like a theater, like a drive-in thing. I might have to
That's so cool.
Make room, a different area for this, but this is definitely really one of my favorites. And over here, these are mod era. You got
what does mod mean?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's one thing that we're not know-it-alls, but we just have fun and collect. And
yeah, I think it's just the time. The mod era is like after the vintage 60s, 60s, early 60s, which these are also 60s.
Gotcha.
But it's more of a mod era, and it comes down to here, and that's like a cabin. I
just built this shelf, so we're still continuously adding things in here.
Yes.
But what I think is important as a collector, because I'm a big vintage toy collector in the Star Wars world, I think it's very, very important that you don't gaudy up things. You can overdo things with the displays, and sometimes you just can't help it because of the room, and it's understandable. But I think that it's very important that you don't
this one here
spread things out.
One of my favorites that I got at a doll show, and it is the Barbie fashion shop, and I just have them, hanging out, doing the show, shopping, and just love setting up all this stuff.
I love the little details in
Yes.
and the clothes and the shoes and how you got the little shoe boxes. And
yes, and that's those are Hallmark things. I mean, some things are
very, very
original,
cool.
And some things are Hallmark, and it's just however I set it up.
I remember this was one of the first things that you got, and I painted it, I think, didn't I?
You painted
Was it one that was similar to that?
It was the closet, but
they are faded. That's right.
They're
that's right.
faded, and I wanted them white, so that's why you painted them white.
Gotcha.
These are for me, and
it's great if you can have things in the package. Everybody collects different. Me personally, on my personal collection, I like my things loose so I can touchy-feely.
yes.
Okay, let's start up here. What do you got here?
Up here is now, you know, the Barbie Fashion Plaza, which I'm assuming this is the mod era. So they went from the vintage one that you just saw to this one, you know, in the mod era. So that there, and then
I like the McDonald's. That's really cool.
yeah, I kind of tried to make it look like you were at the mall.
Yeah, that's
you know,
really
when
cool.
we were all kids, that was the hangout place, either the mall or to be dropped off at the movies. So,
yep, slice of pizza.
Yes.
That's really cool. And one thing about that, I remember you actually pieced that together through different pieces of on eBay.
I bought that at a doll show, but it was not complete.
And you made it that way.
I had to buy pieces, and still an amazing deal.
It almost looks like with the logo on the top and everything, it almost looks like a store display. It's really, really cool.
Yes, I love bright colors. It just makes me so happy.
Well, if you look around in here, it's definitely bright.
Yes, Barbie.
Okay, so what do we got here?
Here we have, this was really one of my favorite pieces when I was growing up, and it's the Barbie swimming pool, and very, very special to me.
Yeah, and since I know the story, I've got to ask you, please, to tell the viewers one more time. So, what is it that you did? So you had this, and you had to have this thing filled with water in your bedroom, right?
Well, I wasn't allowed to have it in my bedroom because it actually, if you see, it is pretty deep in there, and my mom wouldn't let me play with that in my room. So I would take it outside, and I'd go downstairs, go outside, and play outside with my Barbie swimming pool. And we had a community swimming pool, and I would go, and you know how they had the little chlorine tablets in the baskets and stuff, and I was like, ooh, maybe I need to get that for my Barbie swimming pool. So I actually took a couple, and I would drop it in there because I love the smell of a swimming pool in the summer. It's just that thing about summertime and the swimming pool. And anyway, I ended up forgetting the tablets when I put the Barbie swimming pool back in my closet.
Oh, no.
And left the tablets on the carpet, and it made a wonderful stain. So yeah, so eventually when I was about 15 and we were moving from Houston, my parents did see that. So
you had a big old chlorine stain in your carpet?
Yes, I did.
That's hilarious.
And
okay, and on the shelf down here, what do we have?
Down here is, you know, the Barbie Camper, and they were camping, and that's what they're doing there.
I will tell you, this Barbie right here
is my favorite.
She has about 300 of those things. I mean, I don't care what it is, but when she sees one, she will buy it.
I have to have it.
It's a weird deal.
And I'll tell you a special story about this one here. So this one here, of course, she has brown hair like I do. This is the original blonde. And this one here is very special to me because back in September this past year, I ended up with COVID and was in the hospital for 10 days. And they didn't know if I was going to make it, but I did. And one of my Barbie friends, she rerouted her hair to make her look like me. So when I came home, I had this lovely package of my favorite Barbie. Yes, and I love her. She's amazing. So
that's a great story, sweetie.
So this one here is the Superstar Barbie, and they came with a few different outfits for her. She is a lot bigger than this one here. So it's
like this is 12 inch.
This is the Barbie, and then they came up with this one, which is the Superstar.
Yeah, looks like
she's amazing, and
inches tall.
I love her. And it is very hard to find the outfits. I know there's not too many, but it is very hard to find her. And but that is my favorite. This, beside Malibu, of course, my first Barbie when I was 5. She's amazing. She's beautiful. And she's all original.
And this is the African American version?
Yes, it is. And she's also beautiful. This one is Christy. And this is the original. I do not have the reproduction.
That's cool.
So, I mean, dressed as this.
Yeah, that's
But,
really cool. And so on these up here, the what do you call those?
Superstar.
The Superstar. So do they?
Supersized Superstar.
I
Barbie,
gotcha.
Yeah.
So they just came out with one, and then you could buy like 5 or 6 different dresses
Different
or something.
outfits, yeah.
Very cool.
Which I don't have them all.
Very cool. So moving down here, what
Yeah,
we got
down here, these are kind of mixed up, but when I was in the 80s, Peaches and Cream was definitely my favorites.
I remember
She's
hearing
here.
that one too.
And this one here was Crystal Barbie. Love her. Whoa, she's gonna fall. But she was also my favorite as well. And she's original.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. And moving down. Now these right here are
These
what?
I believe these are like a Hallmark Barbie in different kind of vintage. I guess you would call that,
That's a pretty dress, right?
yes.
Hope my buddies aren't watching me.
Oh, they already know.
Oh, they know.
They've been here. They know we're just big kids.
Yeah, we are. We're kids at heart. We're
Yes.
very blessed family to, we're just hoping that our youngest daughter doesn't ever grow up. She's starting to not like toys, which is scary. Yeah, look at that. That's really, really cool.
Yes.
And have we looked at this one yet? Starting
I don't
up?
think we have.
Okay,
I mean, it's just different types of Barbie.
Nothing in any special order.
Nothing in special order. You've got My Brides, you've got Elvis and Priscilla, you've got Marilyn Monroe, you have your Flapper dolls, which are so cute. And they're just very, very lovely.
So this is Marilyn, huh, with the dress blowing up?
Yes, it is.
That's really cool.
Yes, that is her. You've got your Christian Dior, and you've got your My Fair Lady, which they had several different ones of her, but I don't have them all. I liked this dress. I loved it.
And who's this?
That is Marilyn.
Is that Marilyn as well?
Yes.
Okay, moving down. This is,
These are just regular dolls and
yeah.
regular Barbie.
I know you like some of these holidays or no?
Holiday Barbie is up on the top shelf on the wall. These are just different ones that I liked.
Very cool. This one's really pretty. That's that's
Erica Kane from All My Children.
I gotcha.
She got married several times, and they had some Barbies made of her. This one is also
That's really pretty.
Erica Kane. I love that show, and it's not on anymore.
Yeah.
That is definitely one of my shows that I would stop everything to watch. I grew up watching that with my mom.
And this is like your little seating area. You like to sit here, and this is where you'll dress the Barbies
and read my books and try to get everything organized through those books.
And I don't think we went over this one right here, did we? Because I don't remember seeing the football players
Yeah,
and stuff.
some of those are, like I said, reproduction, and I just have them set up, and like the wedding party, the high school football band, Queen.
I remember this football player. I wanted you to have him.
Yes.
I remember that. That was just, I love seeing that old school
Yes,
stuff.
they're so cute.
And I remember you picked this up. I think one of the manufacturers, not manufacturers, but the people that worked for Mattel signed this.
Yeah, because she designed that outfit.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
actually have an autograph there.
That'd have been really, really cool if you could have met Ruth, huh?
Oh, I would have loved that. Yes, you asked about the holiday Barbies, and I have a few up there on the
very top.
Yes.
Just so you guys know, these ceiling heights are 12 feet. So that gives you kind of an idea how tall this is. And I made the shelving in here as well.
And when he said I liked Malibu, she starts from here, her original package, as you get her.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, and so she's original reproduction, and as you know, left her in her box. But as you go all the way down, those are all my Malibu, and they're not in any order.
Right.
But they're modeling different clothes, and she is just beautiful.
You know, I just, and this one I recognize from...
Toy Story.
Yep.
Well, that's the original, so.
That's cool.
I do have the Toy Story. She's still in the box in the
Oh,
other
cool.
room.
Yeah, so these things here, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we're ever gonna have all the clothes. She keeps telling me she's got these vintage books that she goes through and she's marking them off little by little. And,
Yeah.
and as she's getting less and less, the price tag on the clothes are going up more and more and more.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
And everybody knows that this is the year 2022, and this is like the worst time to buy vintage Barbie or Star Wars or G.I. Joe or any of those type of collectible toys because they're just ridiculous priced.
Okay, on the top, they're different Barbie cases. Some of them open up to homes.
Kind of like
This down
one
here.
right here that you took
Yeah,
down.
I took this one because I'm giving my granddaughter one that I have that's because I have two of them and I'm getting my granddaughter into it. She is 2.
That's
But
awesome.
she loves my Barbies and I want her to have hers now, and she just loves to come in here and look at my dolls, but now she'll have her own.
So then you got all your Barbie cases are there, and then they continue over here.
Yes. And there's so many of Barbie cases. I mean, no, there's just, I would not have room for all of them. But they're just so neat. I mean, they don't make this stuff anymore like the way they did back then.
And then you have this one little niche section that will also be lit.
Yes. And those are just kind of like little odds and ends kind of things I didn't take out of boxes, but some of the things I did do and some things that I absolutely love, which are babies. And
I know that you Barbie collectors, y'all like to dress and set up like little
trinket stuff.
Yeah. And this is a really cool little piece
Yes,
that I
it
framed
is.
for her.
Yes.
And this is like the original prototype of getting
The original.
the rights,
Yeah.
like the copyrights. This is,
That's where it started,
That's
right
where it
there.
all
on a
started.
piece of paper.
and then that turned into that right there.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a very serious deal when we picked these up. We were very fortunate to get them, and we don't buy and sell, so these things are home. So it's crazy what these things are going for now.
Thank you everybody for coming and looking at my Barbies and enjoying this time with y'all, and very special to me, and I hope you, like I said, enjoyed it, and hopefully I can show you more later in the future. Plenty of Barbie kisses and Barbie hugs. Well, one thing that I would like to say is thank you to all my Barbie friends and my special little Malibu that you two, and you know who you are, that came up with her. She's absolutely gorgeous. I've met so many wonderful women that adore Barbies, maybe more than I do, which is hard to believe, but they are just amazing. There's Dawn and Angie and April and so many more. And I love you all, and I hope to meet many more of you little Barbie collectors. Thank you, and like I said, Barbie hugs, Barbie kisses. Bye-bye.